Property experts have said that Prima has been a total failure, unable to meet the market demand for affordable homes. We asked CEO Datuk Abdul Mutalib Alias on these allegations and what percentage of truth is in them. Thank you, Datuk, for joining us today. Now, my first question is, a lot of property experts, analysts, they say that Prima has failed to meet the demand of affordable housing in Malaysia. What's your view on that?
I think we are on track in terms of our 5-year strategic plan. Everybody has their own view.
Right.
Our focus is on community development. The content part of the program is more important to us than the physical part of the program.
Right.
But the physical part of it is the tangible part that people want to see. But just to address the question, Fran, so far to date, since our operation in 2013, we have gotten a board approval of about 244,000 units of project all over Malaysia, out of which 83,000 are under construction at the moment, and about 882 units have been completed and handed over. But for this year alone, we are targeting 10,000 units to be completed,
Right.
and 165,000 units to be under construction.
Now, when you look at raw materials, prices have been going up, wages has been going up as well, and we have lack of migrant workers in this country. So what are the challenges Prima face in hitting the target?
I think the biggest challenges, apart from that, what you just described just now, is actually the challenges of securing approvals from the state and the authorities. As you're aware, the model that we have adopted is simply revolve around the fact that land and approvals are actually a state matter, while the program is a federal program funded by federal government. But insofar as approvals are concerned, it is a state matter. Therefore, we decided from the very beginning that we are adopting a coordinated policy approach rather than to come up with one policy approach. What I'm trying to say is that we work around the basis in terms of the state requirements.
I see.
We have to work closely with the state. And that is something that we need to respect the state. At the end of the day, we believe that the beneficiaries are the rakyat from the state, and therefore the state governments are quite proactive in terms of meeting our requests.
So how many projects altogether have been launched, if you look at project-wise?
If you look at the overall project that have been launched, I think there's about 47 projects that have been launched. When we say launch, it's meant that those projects are open for public to apply. We have received a total of 600 proposals, totaling 900,000 units of projects that comes in. We will do our thorough due diligence, and we have to adhere to our internal governance process. Out of the 900,000 units that have been proposed to us, we only select 244,000 to date. Yes.
A couple of weeks or a couple of months ago, you said you guys have already launched 9,000 units to be launched in Sarawak. Is this project included in the 5-year target?
Okay. Sarawak is a Johnny-come-lately as far as our development is concerned. Simply because we spend the initial stage trying to understand their policies. I must commend the Sarawak state government after a close engagement with the state. What had happened was that there was some revision in terms of their policy involving density or plot ratio. Now, the consequence of that decision has brought our product offerings, so pricing of our products to Sarawak lowered by 20 to 30%. The good news for Sarawak, what I'm trying to say is that the 9,000 units that we have announced, yes, is part of the 5-year plan.
So I believe that it's very difficult for you to get strategic area to build houses, right? So is it true that Prima launches all these houses just to hit the target?
No, I think far from it, in fact. While the primary focus is on the urban centres, we also look at semi-urban centres and also potentially areas that are potentially could be semi-urban and urban centres. I give you an example. We have 1.286 million people registered with us in our database. Now, what this database gave us actually is the analytics at every level. We have the analytics at the national level, we have the analytics at the state level, and we can even have the analytics at the particular district level. Now, this analytics involve range of income, age, race, size of family. You know, that will determine in terms of size of houses they need, and preference. You know, now this is very important for my team, because when we look at project for appraisal during the appraisal stage, the unit that handles this analytics will flash to the management. You know, how many people registered for this project and who they are in terms of their profile. So from there we can see the range of affordability of that target group.
I see. So let's look at the property market as a whole. What do you think about property market this year? Do you think can we see a rebound from the property market this year?
Well, I think as far as we're concerned, there's no stopping the program. We're operating full steam ahead. Just to give a perspective, Charlotte, the industry output is doing about average about 50 to 100,000 units per year. That's even for the existence of Prima. While there has been talk out there among the players that there has been somewhat slowdown among the industry players, as far as we are concerned, you think about the 80,000 that has been mandated to us per year in the past, that's equivalent to the industry output. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I don't see the industry slow down overall.
So last year we saw lower launches, fewer launches in the market, but the demand is still very strong, especially for the first-time home buyer. So do you think the problem is bank being stringent on giving out loans?
When it comes to end financing, what we have discovered is that, especially among the first-time home buyers, the tendency is that when they approach the bank, they did not necessarily prepare themselves in terms of making sure that they are bankable. You know, when you speak to some banks, the banks did say they are not rejecting the application, but the bank is saying is that they are giving them the quantum lower than what they've asked for, because based on their profile.
Despite talk about non-delivery, Prima says it has launched 200,000 over units and is poised to hit 500,000 mark by 2018. By hook or by crook?